Jill Duggar shares huge getaway with Derek amid sad year. Please subscribe my YouTube channel. A subscribe from you helps to inspire our work. Counting on alum Jill Duggar Dillard is back with new updates as she celebrates her 10th wedding anniversary with Derek. It's been a rough year for the 33-year-old mom after suffering a miscarriage in April. But despite the loss, the fourth Duggar child continues to stay positive in life. Jill Duggar announces miscarriage. On April 14, 2024, Jill announced that she and Derek had suffered a miscarriage. According to the Counting On alum, they already knew they were having a baby girl. Because of this, they decided to name her Isla Marie Dillard. Jill revealed that she was already 4 months pregnant, but the baby died in utero. She even shared how excited her sons were to finally have a little sister. From the moment we found out we were pregnant, we couldn't wait to meet our baby. Isla was much loved from the start, and her 3 big brothers were so excited to introduce her to their world, she said. Jill also shared clips and pictures from the funeral of her baby girl. Many were also glad that the majority of the Duggar family were in attendance despite her estrangement, especially her parents, Jim, Bob, and Michelle. Jill shares 10th anniversary getaway trip with Derek amid sad year. In an Instagram post, Jill shared clips from her 10th wedding anniversary trips with Derek. According to the Counting On alum, they traveled to multiple places as a couple for their anniversary getaway, such as the Bradford Inn in Branson, Silver Dollar City, Steel Creek Campground, and even a cruise dinner at the Showboat Branson Belle. Jill Duggar Dillard's third clip also features a stunning clip from their adventures inside a massive cave. It's unclear where the two left their kids, but many fans sent positive messages for the married couple for their 10th anniversary, especially considering that it's been a sad year for them. Oh my goodness, has it been 10 years already? Where does time go? Congratulations and happy anniversary. Stay happy and blessed. Y'all deserve it. So happy you got this magical time together. You are a super couple with great children. I pray you are blessed every day. What is Jill Duggar up to today? Jill has been sharing positive updates on social media over the past few weeks. Last month, the Counting On alum shared a pizza recipe that her kids love. She also likes to share glimpses of her son's swimming lessons despite the privacy she has given them. She's no longer sharing the faces of her kids online, but she never forgets to include them in most of her life updates. Jill Duggar Dillard has also been busy managing her garden. One of her last updates was a blooming pink rose they planted, which was given to them by their churchmates to honor Isla Marie. Have you ever wondered what it's like to grow up in a family that is so large that they turn even taking hot showers into combat zones? In the most recent episode of the Ginger and Jeremy podcast, Ginger Duggar Buolo is at last opening up about her upbringing in a family of 19. She is sharing with us, her spouse Jeremy Buolo, a glimpse into the frequently tumultuous reality of her childhood. This is a fascinating look into the Duggar family's real life before they rose to fame on reality TV. Ginger claims she had to battle for a bathroom. Picture having just 2 bathrooms for 21 people to share. That was the Duggar family situation before they moved into their 7,000 square foot mansion. Ginger recounted the daily challenges, noting, "When we were younger, it was more difficult because most of our rental homes only had 2 bathrooms. Mealtimes were equally difficult. Because food seemed to be an uncommon item, some of Ginger's siblings would go to great lengths to safeguard their plates. I recall several instances from our childhood when my siblings would take their plates of food," she reminisced, her voice tinged with both nostalgia and disdain. "My mother used to warn, don't do that in the bathroom because they'll eat it." While it might seem gross, the Duggars viewed it as a strategic move to ensure no one else took their food. The Duggar family didn't always eat fine cuisine when dining out. Rather, Ginger recalled about their inexpensive dinners, which consisted of green beans and cold canned ravioli. "We used to buy everything we could at Aldi since food was so inexpensive," she said. "We would buy flats of cans of ravioli, green beans, and corn, and eat them straight out of the can." Despite the simple nature of the meals, these mainstays were a favorite component of their childhood diet and were frequently seasoned with salt and vinegar. There were drawbacks to Michelle Duggar's popular tater tot casserole, which became well-known through their several Tia Sit episodes. On TV, it quickly became a fan favorite, but Ginger and her siblings thought otherwise. When the program came on, everyone who visited the house every other day would say, "Oh, tater tot casserole, we want the famous tater tot casserole." And we would be like, "Are you kidding me?" I think all my siblings would agree because we all loved it so much. "Don't make us eat this again. It's so gross," she said. What had been a favorite dinner rapidly turned into one they wanted to stay away from. Known for their reality TV series 19 Kids and Counting On, the Duggar family showed off the opulence and challenges of running a huge household. The less glamorous side of life in the spotlight is revealed by Ginger's open observations regarding her upbringing. Her tales demonstrate the difficulties and ingenuity needed to survive in one of TV's most notorious families, from the daily struggle for hot showers to inventive solutions for food and clothing. Growing up in the Duggar household may not have been exactly as it was shown on 19 Kids and Counting. Ginger Duggar spilled all the tea of the struggles the family faced to feed 21 mouths on the latest episode of her podcast with husband Jeremy Vuolo. "I remember a few times when we were very young, some of my siblings would take their plate of food. Get ready for this. It's disgusting. In the bathroom, they would carry it and put it on the bathroom counter. My mom would be like, 'Don't do that. They're going to eat it.'" Ginger, 30, recalled during the August 1 episode of the Ginger and Jeremy podcast. "That's literally what they thought. I'm not going to be able to eat my food because somebody's going to take it and we might not have enough for seconds today." While some kids were eating meals in the bathrooms in order to hide food, Ginger went on to discuss the difficulties of sharing just 2 bathrooms between the large family. There was constantly a line and the water would not stay hot very long, so if you wanted to have a hot shower, you needed to be one of the first 2 or 3 in there, she continued. "I think when we were younger that was more of a problem because we only had 2 bathrooms in most of our rental homes." The shocking revelations come nearly 2 years after Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar's 6th child released her bombshell memoir, Becoming Free Indeed, My Story of Disentangling Faith from Fear, in which she went into detail about her upbringing in the Institute of Basic Life Principles. "While this is not the first book I've written, it is the most challenging," Ginger wrote in the book's introduction. "The process has been far more emotionally exhausting than I thought it would be. It's been tough because it's so personal. At times, I've wondered if I should even write it, but I know it's necessary." One of the shocking revelations Ginger dropped in her January 2023 memoir was of her battle with an eating disorder in her early teenage years. While she now admits she and her siblings would eat canned foods right out of the can, she previously struggled with body image issues that caused her to eat very little. "I was convinced my body was an embarrassment," she wrote. "I'd go days hardly consuming any calories. My weight dropped, but my body image didn't improve. It almost never does in those situations because the weight isn't the problem. No matter how thin I wasn't satisfied with the way I looked. This obsession with body image was terrible for my physical health, and it certainly wasn't good for me spiritually. I felt no judgment from my mom, just love and care," Ginger continued. "I knew I was going to be okay because she had been through it." Ginger is set to release a follow-up to Becoming Free Indeed titled People Pleaser, Breaking Free from the Burden of Imaginary Expectations in January 2025.